I just popped my trunk, got my city shaking. When I pull the slab out, got these boppers crazy. Riding with my lady, this shit so amazing. Candy coated dreams, that's where I've been lately. I've been
Pit my ride like a spaceship.
Tiffany, yo, if you like this jam, then we Tiffany, Tiffany, yeah. If you like this jam, then we Tiffany. I said Tiffany, if you like this jam, then we Tiffany. Say Tiffany, say if you like this jam, then we Tiffany.
What's up, y'all? Thank y'all for tuning back into the Common Interest Podcast. I'm Tiffany Torre, acting as a correspondent tonight, and I'm here with MyKey Iso.
Nice to be here.
Period. Can you elaborate more on your name? Like
My full name?
Of course.
My full name? All right.
Your full name, your artist name.
So, my name is Michael Iso. I'm Nigerian, so that's where Isope comes from.
Niger boy. Okay,
Yeah,
I see you.
First boy, no pimples. But it's really fine boy, no pimples. But so it was always hard for people to pronounce my name as a kid. So I was just like, you know what? I hoop a lot. Iso is what you gonna call me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Plus, that's kind of how I hoop. I used to just always try to be focused on rocking my person, getting to the rim. So, you know, in basketball, the rule ISO. So that's where it really came from. People couldn't pronounce my last name, so I just said Iso.
Yeah.
So I had my last name since I was a child as Iso for the longest.
Yeah.
And then, I didn't want to be called Michael Iso. So MyKey really came from, the way I spell it is NY''KEY.
Okay.
And the reason for that, it was really an outcast type feel. Like I just always gravitated to Andre 3000 and Big Boy, and I just took it as like, you know what, let me switch my name in a different way from the way it's spelled, because the way you spell Outcast is OUTCAST,
right,
but they put that K in it,
right?
You know what I'm saying?
It's a real outcast.
Yeah, it's a real outcast. So I just switched up the way I spelled MyKey.
For sure. So speaking of outcasts, did you feel like an outcast, like growing up being like from, having the lineage so close to, the motherland?
Yeah,
Did you feel like an outcast?
Absolutely.
You wasn't expecting to get deep. That was so quick.
It's all good. As a child, you know what I'm saying? One of the worst things you could say to a kid at that time was African booty scratcher.
Yeah.
And them was fighting words back in the gap. So it was just more so, just finding out I was Nigerian at that time when I was a kid, jokes were flying left and right.
Yeah, easily.
Yeah, but nowadays it's accepted. It's a lot cool. We mesh well. So, but just as a kid, that alone kind of separated me from the African Americans.
Yeah. Well, did you with playing basketball? Do you feel like you were like more assimilated into the culture?
Yeah. Playing basketball, listening to music. Just a lot of things, even the things that we talked about. Like a lot of people didn't even tell I was African until they found out what my last name was.
Yeah.
So they were like, oh, but it was all good. It was just more so, I still gelled with them. It was just, I was easy to, get joked on or whatever the case was as a child. But, I still rock with them even during those times. It was just like, I had to be quicker on my chop game and fire back on them with something like, you got ashy ankle, or you look like you've been kicked boxing Frosty the Snowman.
Right.
Quick things to hurry up and get back at them or whatever the case is. So,
So does that quick wittedness, how does that quick wittedness show up in your music now?
So really, it's a lot of Jim and Jay-Z. Because Jay-Z is a witty guy.
That's my favorite rapper.
Yeah,
period.
He's a witty guy.
Yeah.
And it's just like, as a writer, you wanna separate yourself from the masses, because it's like, somebody told me. He said there's more artists than chairs. And I said, what? He said, yeah, at this day and age, there are more artists than chairs. Like, everybody is an artist now. And it's cool, but what separates you from everybody else? So, it's my upbringing, the wittiness, it's so much that rocks into making MyKey Iso. Yeah, so we is definitely a part of it.
Yeah, I seen. I mean, you was jamming, man. On the fly, just
rocking. Yeah.
jamming. Like, what goes into a performance like tonight? Is it literally just like no rehearsal, just I feel the vibe when I get up there? Like,
So the cool thing about the Gumbo Jam, you know, is we create songs right on the spot.
Yeah.
Like the band will play something, and as the vocalist, I gotta come up with a hook, I gotta come up with some verses, and just make it all blend and everything. So we really don't rehearse. It's like a musical Wild and Out.
yeah. I feel that.
Yeah, we
it's like the
don't-
wild style, but the whole time.
Yeah.
I feel that. I feel
Yeah,
that.
so we don't rehearse nothing. Everything is freestyle, just vibe, and just enjoy them. Like, it's a lot of mistakes, but there's beauty in those mistakes, you know? And
Yeah.
that's what I love about this place. So it's the Gumbo Jam. Every Sunday we do this from 9 to 12.
Yeah.
Dope event.
Of course. Look, well, talk a little bit about I know you have a project, or at least I heard you have a project coming out
Yeah.
at the top of the year. So talk about it more, like plug yourself, man.
All right, so, you know, I got a project coming out called It Takes Time. When I'm gonna release it, I don't know. It will be the first of next year, the first quarter
First
of
quarter,
next year. Yeah, the
for
first
sure.
quarter of next
That's
year.
fair.
The album is basically done. I'm just putting like the finishing tweaks, like trying to get it mastered and such. But it's more so, I'm excited for this tape, man. I haven't dropped a tape since 2018.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I'm a perfectionist. Like, I'm more of an album person than singles. So, you know, I will make a lot of songs and I'll just hold on to it because I always feel like, man, one thing I feel like is very important for an artist is the release, the way they release it, you know, the anticipation. Like, I can release a song tomorrow, but it's just like, I wouldn't feel right in myself. Like, did I release this right? Did I get as many ears that I could possibly get? So, you know, you want to build that buzz, that anticipation, and that's kind of why I've been holding the tape, because it's just like, you know, I'm about to build that anticipation, have some singles on the side with some music videos, drop them, and, you know, that's why the album kind of speaks for itself. It takes time.
Yeah. Look, everything takes time.
Yeah.
But I appreciate you taking time
Thank you.
to talk with me, man. I really do. I appreciate it.
That's that
Look,
wittiness,
look,
that's that
I
wittiness.
tried. I learned from the great as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, this has been the common interest. We out.
All right, cool.
I appreciate you so much.